We have two ears and one mouth so that we may listen twice as much as we speak, taught Epictetus, Fragment 7. Welcome to Stoic Pulse, where we draw on the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus to live with purpose and virtue. Words are more than sounds. They are mirrors of your character, shaping your relationships and your soul. In Stoicism, mastering speech is a path to self-discipline, reflecting the inner strength to align your words with wisdom. Today we explore 6 phrases a wise Stoic never speaks, each a lesson in crafting a life of integrity and connection. These insights, rooted in Stoic philosophy and practical for daily life, will transform how you communicate at work, with loved ones, or within your own mind. Imagine speaking with such intention that every word builds trust, inspires respect, and honors your values. These 6 phrases, from boasts that alienate to complaints that drain, are traps intelligent Stoics avoid to live authentically. By the end, you'll have actionable Stoic rules to elevate your speech and embody virtue. Stay with me through this journey. It's not just about what you say, but who you become through your words. If time is tight, speed up the playback, but don't miss these lessons that could reshape your path. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for daily Stoic wisdom to navigate life's challenges with clarity and courage. Let's begin with the first phrase, a bold Stoic act that turns weakness into strength, revealing the power of truth in our words. Sign 1, don't deny your mistakes. As we embark on this Stoic journey to master our words, we begin with a powerful principle that sets the foundation for wisdom and trust, owning our errors. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if someone can prove me wrong, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth. Meditation 6.21. In Stoicism, admitting mistakes is not a sign of weakness, but a bold act of courage and a commitment to truth. The first phrase a wise Stoic never speaks is one that denies or deflects responsibility for their errors. Denying mistakes erodes credibility, builds walls of defensiveness, and stifles growth, while embracing them opens the door to respect and self-improvement. This lesson, rooted in Stoic virtue, teaches us to face our flaws with clarity and act with integrity. Consider Anna, a 32-year-old nurse working in a busy hospital. Known for her dedication, Anna prided herself on flawless scheduling for her team. One hectic week, she miscalculated shift assignments, leaving the ward understaffed during a critical night. When confronted by her supervisor, Anna's first instinct was to blame a faulty system and her colleagues' oversight. Her excuses, though, only deepened the team's frustration as they felt dismissed and unheard. The tension lingered until a senior nurse pulled Anna aside, saying, "We all make mistakes, but we trust you more when you own them." That moment was a wake-up call for Anna. She realized her denial not only strained her team's trust, but also trapped her in a cycle of self-justification, preventing her from learning. Stoic philosophy offers a clear path here. Truth is more valuable than ego. Denying a mistake might shield you momentarily, but it undermines your character and relationships. Marcus Aurelius' words remind us that welcoming correction aligns us with reason, a core Stoic virtue. When we deflect blame, pointing to circumstances, others, or bad luck, we signal insecurity, not strength. Conversely, admitting errors shows confidence and a commitment to growth, fostering an environment where others feel safe to be honest. Anna's refusal to own her mistake initially cost her team's respect, but it also cost her an opportunity to improve her skills and deepen her leadership. Medically, this principle has parallels. Studies in organizational psychology, like those from Harvard Business Review in 2023, show that leaders who admit mistakes foster higher team morale and innovation, as accountability encourages open communication. In Stoicism, this translates to the practice of self-awareness, a daily reflection on our actions to align with virtue. Anna's story mirrors this. When she denied her error, she was reacting to fear of judgment, not reason. Stoics teach us to pause, examine our role in any failure, and act to correct it, no matter how small our part may be. So how can you apply this Stoic lesson? Start with self-awareness. When something goes wrong, resist the urge to deflect. Ask yourself, what was my role in this? Even a minor contribution to the problem deserves acknowledgement. For example, if a project misses a deadline, consider whether your planning or communication played a part, rather than blaming external factors. Next, own the mistake openly but concisely. Anna, after her wake-up call, apologized to her team at the next meeting, admitting her oversight and outlining steps to improve scheduling. Her sincerity rebuilt trust, and her team rallied to support her new system. Finally, focus on solutions. An apology alone isn't enough. Demonstrate through actions that you're committed to growth. Stoics see mistakes not as failures, but as chances to refine character. As Epictetus urges us to make the best use of what is in our power, Enchiridion 1. This sign is a Stoic call to courage, challenging us to face truth over comfort. Anna's shift from denial to accountability transformed her from a defensive nurse to a respected leader, proving that admitting mistakes strengthens, not weakens, us. By embracing this practice, you build trust, inspire others, and align with Stoic wisdom, where truth is the ultimate guide. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to live virtuously, and join me as we explore the next phrase, where the weight of our promises tests our integrity in profound ways. Sign 2, no empty promises. Our Stoic journey to master our words, having embraced the courage to own our mistakes, now turns to a principle that binds our speech to our character, the weight of our commitments. Seneca reminds us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Letters 13.4. In Stoicism, promises are not fleeting words but sacred bonds, reflecting integrity and trust. The second phrase a wise Stoic never speaks is an empty promise. Pledges made lightly without the means or intent to follow through. Such words erode credibility, fracture relationships, and distance us from Stoic virtue. By aligning our commitments with action, we cultivate reliability and honor, living as Stoics who mean what they say. Consider Liam, a 40-year-old high school teacher, passionate about inspiring his students. Known for his enthusiasm, Liam often promised extra study sessions, field trips, or personalized feedback to motivate his classes. Yet with a packed schedule and family duties, he frequently failed to deliver. One semester, he assured his history club a museum visit, only to cancel last minute due to conflicting commitments. The students' disappointment was palpable, their trust in Liam waned, and club participation dropped. A student's candid note, "We just want you to keep your word," struck Liam deeply. He realized his well-meaning promises, made to please in the moment, were harming those he cared about most, undermining his influence as a mentor. Stoic philosophy teaches that words must be plain and true, as Seneca's wisdom suggests. Empty promises stem from a fear of disappointing others or a desire to appear agreeable, but they betray trust far more than a respectful refusal. Liam's habit of overcommitting reflected a lack of self-awareness, a failure to assess what he could realistically deliver. In Stoicism, integrity demands we speak only what we can enact, aligning our words with our control. Marcus Aurelius reinforces this, urging us to let your words be plain and true. Meditations 3.12. Breaking a promise, even unintentionally, is like sowing seeds of doubt. Each unfulfilled pledge chips away at our character and others' faith in us. Psychological research supports this Stoic principle. A 2024 study in Journal of Social Psychology found that consistent follow-through on commitments boosts perceived reliability and strengthens relationships, while broken promises, even minor ones, reduce trust significantly. Liam's story mirrors this. His students didn't need grand gestures, just promises he could keep. Stoicism offers a remedy: intentionality in speech. By pausing before committing, we assess our capacity, ensuring our words reflect reality, not wishful thinking. How can you apply this Stoic lesson? First, practice the pause. Before saying yes, ask yourself, do I have the time, energy, and resources to fulfill this? If uncertain, set realistic expectations. Instead of promising, I'll organize that event next week, try, I'll check my schedule and confirm by tomorrow. Liam adopted this, telling his students he'd plan a museum trip only after securing a date, which he then honored. Second, under-promise and over-deliver. Set achievable goals, then exceed them when possible. If Liam promised feedback by Friday but delivered it Thursday, his students' trust grew. Third, embrace accountability. If you can't keep a promise, address it directly. Apologize sincerely, explain briefly, and propose a solution. When Liam missed a session, he apologized, rescheduled promptly, and brought extra resources, restoring his students' confidence. This sign challenges us to wield our words with Stoic discipline, knowing each promise shapes our character. Liam's shift to mindful commitments transformed him from a well-intentioned but unreliable teacher to a dependable guide, proving that integrity in speech builds lasting trust. By saying no when necessary and yes only with conviction, we honor Seneca's call to face reality over imagination. This practice not only strengthens relationships, but also frees us from the anxiety of unkept pledges, grounding us in Stoic peace. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to live virtuously, and join me as we explore the next phrase, where our words test our resilience against life's frustrations, urging us to choose wisdom over complaint. Sign 3, refrain from complaining without purpose. Our Stoic journey to master the art of speech, having embraced the courage to own mistakes and the integrity to keep promises, now confronts a subtle but pervasive trap: the habit of voicing discontent. Epictetus teaches, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Enchiridion 5. In Stoicism, our words shape our perspective, and purposeless complaints drain our energy, alienate others, and distance us from virtue. The third phrase, a wise Stoic never speaks, is a complaint without purpose, grumbling that magnifies frustration rather than resolving it. By focusing on what we control and reframing challenges, we cultivate resilience and inspire those around us, living as Stoics who transform adversity into growth. Consider Sophie, a 28-year-old barista at a bustling cafe. Known for her quick wit, Sophie had a knack for venting about daily irritations, slow customers, broken espresso machines, or rainy commutes. At first, her co-workers empathized, sharing light banter over shared struggles. But as her complaints became a daily ritual, the cafe's vibrant atmosphere dimmed. Conversations with Sophie felt heavy, and colleagues began avoiding her breaks, not out of dislike, but exhaustion. One day, a coworker remarked, "Sophie, we get it, but what can you do about it?" The question jolted her. She realized her venting wasn't solving problems. It was amplifying her discontent and pushing others away, leaving her feeling more helpless. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful antidote. Focus on what lies within your control and release what does not. Complaining about things like weather or others' behavior, as Epictetus suggests, traps us in a cycle of powerlessness. Sophie's grumbling about customers didn't speed up orders, nor did her rants about equipment fix the machines. In Stoicism, complaints are only valuable when they drive action. Otherwise, they're noise that clouds reason. Marcus Aurelius reinforces this, writing, "There is only one thing that causes unhappiness, the belief that we are at the mercy of things beyond our control." Meditations 11.11. Purposeful complaints, those paired with solutions, can spark change, but purposeless ones erode our peace and influence. Research in positive psychology, like a 2024 study from Emotion Journal, supports this Stoic wisdom, showing that habitual complaining without action increases stress and reduces social bonds, while solution-focused communication boosts morale and collaboration. Sophie's story reflects this. Her negativity didn't just affect her mood, but dulled her workplace's spirit. Stoicism teaches us to reframe challenges as opportunities, asking not why me, but what can I learn? This shift aligns with the Stoic practice of amor fati, loving one's fate, embracing obstacles as chances to practice virtue. How can you apply this Stoic lesson? First, pause when frustration arises and ask, what can I do about this? If the answer is nothing, let it go. Complaining about rain won't dry the streets, but carrying an umbrella is within your control. Sophie began redirecting her energy, suggesting a maintenance check for the espresso machine instead of ranting. Second, reframe challenges. Instead of, "This customer is so slow," try, "This is a chance to practice patience." Stoic journaling can help. Each evening, write one challenge, what you controlled, and one lesson learned. Sophie journaled about a tough shift, noting she could smile more to ease tensions, which lifted her mood. Third, practice gratitude. Reflect on what's going well, a supportive coworker, a warm drink, to counter negativity's pull. Sophie started sharing small appreciations, like thanking a colleague for covering a shift, reviving the cafe's warmth. This sign tests our Stoic resilience, urging us to wield words that build, not break. Sophie's shift from venting to constructive action transformed her from a draining presence to a team spark, proving that purposeful speech strengthens us and others. By focusing on what we control, we embody Epictetus's strength, finding peace amid chaos. This practice not only enhances our influence, but also aligns our mind with Stoic virtue, turning every challenge into a step toward wisdom. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to live with purpose, and join me as we explore the next phrase, where our words face the test of humility in valuing the voices of others. Sign 4, never dismiss others' opinions. Our Stoic journey to refine our speech, having embraced owning mistakes, keeping promises, and refraining from purposeless complaints, now turns to a principle that tests our humility and openness, valuing the perspectives of others. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you cannot learn what you think you already know. Meditations 8.52. In Stoicism, wisdom grows through listening, and dismissing others' opinions shuts the door on growth and connection. The fourth phrase, a wise Stoic never speaks, is one that belittles or interrupts another's viewpoint. Such words stifle collaboration, erode trust, and distance us from the Stoic virtue of justice, which honors every voice. By embracing curiosity and humility, we foster innovation and deepen relationships, living as Stoics who seek truth through dialogue. Consider Elena, a 35-year-old graphic designer leading a creative team. Confident in her expertise, Elena often cut off teammates' suggestions during brainstorming sessions, believing her vision was superior. One project required a bold campaign for a local charity, and a junior designer, Mia, proposed a minimalist concept. Elena dismissed it as too simplistic, without discussion, pushing her own elaborate design. The campaign launched but fell flat, failing to resonate with the audience. Later, Mia's mock-up, shared quietly with a colleague, gained praise for its clarity. When Elena learned this, she was humbled. Mia's hesitant feedback, "I just wanted a chance to explain," revealed how Elena's dismissals had silenced her team, costing them a breakthrough and her their respect. Stoic philosophy teaches that no one holds all wisdom, and dismissing opinions reflects arrogance, not strength. Aurelius' words urge us to remain open, recognizing that every perspective carries a fragment of truth. Elena's quick rejection of Mia's idea stemmed from a belief she already knew best, a trap Stoics avoid through humility. By shutting down dialogue, we not only miss valuable insights, but also undermine the trust that fuels collaboration. In Stoicism, justice demands we respect others' contributions. As Seneca notes, there is no person so severely punished as those who subject themselves to the whip of their own remorse. Letters 28.10. Elena's regret taught her that dismissing others' voices punishes us with missed opportunities and strained bonds. Research in organizational behavior, like a 2024 Harvard Business Review study, supports this Stoic principle, showing that teams with open dialogue generate 30% more innovative solutions than those dominated by a single voice. Elena's story mirrors this. Her team's creativity withered until she learned to listen. Stoicism offers a path forward. Approach others' opinions with curiosity, not judgment. This practice aligns with the Stoic exercise of examining impressions, pausing to assess before reacting, as Epictetus advises, Enchiridion 1. How can you apply this Stoic lesson? First, shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, "How can I counter this?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Even ideas that seem off base may spark insights or reveal new angles. When Mia suggested minimalism, Elena could have asked, "Can you explain your vision?" to uncover its potential. Second, practice active listening. Give others your full attention, resisting the urge to interrupt. Elena began nodding and paraphrasing ideas to show understanding, encouraging her team to share. Third, embrace humility. Acknowledge that your perspective is one of many. If an idea doesn't fit, explain respectfully, as in, "I see your point, but I'm concerned about X. Can we explore that?" This invites dialogue, not defensiveness. This sign challenges us to embody Stoic justice, valuing others as partners in truth. Elena's shift to listening transformed her from a domineering designer to a collaborative leader, unlocking her team's potential. Her team's next campaign built on collective input, one client acclaim, proving that humility amplifies wisdom. By opening our ears, we align with Aurelius' call to learn, fostering trust and innovation. This practice not only strengthens relationships, but also sharpens our character, grounding us in Stoic virtue. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to live with wisdom, and join me as we explore the next phrase, where our words face the test of discretion, urging us to guard our plans with Stoic clarity. Sign 5. Don't overshare future plans. Our Stoic journey to refine our speech, having embraced owning mistakes, keeping promises, refraining from purposeless complaints, and valuing others' opinions, now turns to a subtle yet profound principle, the wisdom of discretion. Seneca reminds us, what need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. Letters 74.10. In Stoicism, words are tools of intention, and sharing plans prematurely can invite pressure, doubt, or distraction, pulling us from the present moment. The fifth phrase, "A wise Stoic never speaks," is an overeager announcement of future plans, proclamations of goals or ambitions before they're grounded in action. By guarding our intentions, we protect our focus and align with Stoic self-discipline, living as Stoics who act before they speak. Consider Noah, a 30-year-old freelance photographer with dreams of launching a travel blog. Excited by his vision, Noah shared his plans at every gathering, detailing trips he'd take, posts he'd write, and the audience he'd build. Friends and colleagues nodded politely, but some raised skeptical questions. How will you fund it? Or, isn't the market oversaturated? Over time, Noah felt weighed down by their doubts, and his enthusiasm waned. Worse, he hadn't taken concrete steps. His plans remained ideas, not realities. One day, a mentor noticed his frustration and said, "Noah, stop talking about what you'll do. Just do it and let the results speak." That advice hit home. Noah realized his oversharing invited external pressures that distracted him from his work, stalling his progress. Stoic philosophy teaches that premature declarations disrupt the focus required for virtuous action. Seneca's words remind us life is fleeting, urging us to prioritize doing over announcing. Oversharing plans, as Noah did, often stems from seeking validation or excitement, but it risks exposing our goals to skepticism or envy, which can sap motivation. In Stoicism, discretion is a shield, preserving our inner clarity. Marcus Aurelius reinforces this, writing, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbors. Perform what is necessary and understand what your nature demands." Meditations 3.4. Noah's broadcasts pulled him from the present, where action lives, into a future clouded by others' opinions. Psychological studies, like a 2024 Journal of Personality and Social Psychology article, support this Stoic insight, finding that announcing goals before acting reduces follow-through by creating a false sense of accomplishment. Noah's story reflects this. His public plans felt like progress, but they delayed his actual work. Stoicism offers a remedy. Focus on the present task, sharing plans only when they're concrete or serve a purpose. This aligns with the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, anticipating obstacles to stay grounded, not broadcasting dreams that invite them. How can you apply this Stoic lesson? First, guard your intentions. Before sharing plans, ask, is this concrete or am I seeking approval? If your goal lacks a clear next step, keep it private until it takes shape. Noah stopped discussing his blog and focused on booking his first trip, sharing only after he drafted posts. Second, prioritize action over announcement. Let results speak, as Stoics value deeds over words. When Noah launched his blog quietly, his photos and stories earned genuine praise, free from prior skepticism. Third, share selectively. Discuss plans with trusted allies who support your progress, not crowds who may judge prematurely. Noah confided in his mentor, whose guidance kept him focused. This sign challenges us to wield our words with Stoic clarity, protecting our purpose from external noise. Noah's shift to discretion transformed him from a dreamer stalled by doubt to a photographer whose work spoke for itself. His blog grew steadily, proving that action, not proclamation, builds success. By guarding our plans, we honor Seneca's call to live fully in the present, free from imagined pressures. This practice not only sharpens our focus, but also strengthens our character, aligning us with Stoic virtue. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to live with purpose. And join me as we explore the final phrase, where our words face the test of humility, urging us to let our actions shine brighter than our boasts. Sign 6. Avoid boasting about knowledge. Our Stoic journey to master our speech, having embraced owning mistakes, keeping promises, refraining from purposeless complaints, valuing others' opinions, and guarding our plans, now culminates in a principle that tests our humility, the restraint of self-praise. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Meditations 4.17. In Stoicism, wisdom shines through actions, not proclamations, and boasting about knowledge alienates others while betraying our ego's grip. The sixth phrase, a wise Stoic never speaks, is one that flaunts expertise or accomplishments. By letting deeds speak and embracing humility, we foster connection and embody Stoic virtue, living as Stoics whose worth is proven, not proclaimed. Consider Maya, a 42-year-old university professor renowned for her research in environmental science. Passionate and accomplished, Maya often dominated faculty meetings, citing her publications, awards, and conference keynotes to bolster her arguments. Initially, colleagues admired her credentials, but her constant self-referencing began to grate. During a curriculum review, Maya dismissed a colleague's proposal for interdisciplinary courses, emphasizing her own decades of expertise as proof of a better approach. The room grew quiet, not out of awe but discomfort. Later, a junior professor, Priya, confided, "Maya, your ideas are brilliant, but we'd listen more if you didn't always lead with your resume." Stung but reflective, Maya realized her boasting built barriers, not bridges, diminishing her influence and isolating her from collaboration. Stoic philosophy teaches that true wisdom needs no fanfare. Aurelius' words urge us to live for the present, not for applause, aligning with the Stoic virtue of humility. Boasting, as Maya's habit showed, often stems from insecurity or a need for validation, but it overshadows others and cheapens our value. In Stoicism, our knowledge should serve, not spotlight, the self. Epictetus reinforces this, advising, "If you wish to be a philosopher, prepare yourself to be laughed at. But above all, do not pretend to be what you are not." Discourses 3.15.11. Maya's self-aggrandizement pretended superiority, distancing her from the collaborative truth-seeking Stoics prize. Psychological research, like a 2024 study in social psychological and personality science, supports this Stoic insight, finding that self-promotion reduces likability and trust, while humble expertise fosters respect and cooperation. Maya's story mirrors this. Her credentials didn't need vocalizing. They were evident in her work. Stoicism offers a remedy. Let actions speak louder than words. This aligns with the Stoic practice of self-examination, reflecting daily on whether our speech serves virtue or ego, as Seneca advocates. Letters 16.1. How can you apply this Stoic lesson? First, share knowledge to help, not impress. When contributing, focus on the idea, not your qualifications. Instead of saying, "As someone with 3 degrees, I think," Maya learned to offer, "This approach might work because." Second, practice humility. Acknowledge others' contributions to show you value collective wisdom. During meetings, Maya began crediting colleagues' insights, fostering teamwork. Third, listen actively. Listening, a Stoic form of silence, signals confidence and invites connection. When Priya shared ideas, Maya asked questions, learning new perspectives that enriched her own. Finally, reflect nightly. Did my words uplift others or seek applause? This Stoic habit keeps ego in check. This final sign challenges us to embody Stoic humility, letting our worth shine through deeds. Maya's shift from boasting to serving transformed her from an isolated expert to a respected collaborator. Her next project, co-led with Priya, won university acclaim, proving humility amplifies impact. By restraining self-praise, we honor Aurelius' call to live authentically, free from vanity's trap. This practice not only deepens relationships but also strengthens our character, aligning us with Stoic wisdom. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to live with virtue. And join me in the conclusion, where we weave these lessons into a Stoic framework for speaking and living with purpose, ensuring our words reflect the soul of a true philosopher. Our Stoic journey through the art of speech, owning mistakes, keeping promises, refraining from purposeless complaints, valuing others' opinions, guarding plans, and avoiding boasts, culminates in a timeless truth. Epictetus reminds us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Discourses 3.23.33. These 6 phrases, denials of error, empty pledges, aimless grumbling, dismissive retorts, premature plans, and self-aggrandizement, are not mere words but choices that shape our character. In Stoicism, speech is a mirror of the soul, reflecting wisdom, integrity, and humility. By avoiding these phrases, we align with virtue, forging trust and purpose in every interaction. Each lesson is a Stoic rule for living. Like Anna, who rebuilt trust through accountability, or Maya, who amplified her impact through humility, we see that words craft our legacy. Practice daily reflection, asking, did my speech serve truth and connection? This Stoic habit ensures we live as we aspire to be. Embrace memento mori. Life is fleeting, so let every word count, honoring the present moment. These principles transform not just how we speak, but who we become, grounding us in courage, justice, and wisdom. Don't let these lessons fade. Apply them in conversations, meetings, or your inner dialogue, and watch your relationships and character flourish. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for daily Stoic wisdom to navigate life's challenges with clarity, and click the next video to deepen your journey. Your words are your power. Speak as a Stoic, with intention and virtue, and live as one, shaping a life that echoes Epictetus's call to be what you aspire to be.